Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and today is October the 2nd. I'm going to do your Just for Today in a meditation for you. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our H.O.D Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into that screen. Hope you're doing good this morning. Okay, let's see here. Keeping faith. Oh, this should be good. All right, let's read it. We grasp the limitless strength provided for us through our daily prayer and surrender as long as we keep faith and renew it. Basic text, page 46. There are two parts to recovery: getting clean and staying clean. Getting clean is comparatively easy because we only have to do it once. Staying clean is more difficult, requiring attention every day of our lives. Yet both draw their power from faith. We got clean on faith. We admitted that addiction was more powerful than we were, and we stopped trying to fight it on our own. We turned the battle over to a power greater than ourselves, and that higher power got us clean. We stayed clean each day the same way, on faith. Just for today, we surrender. Life may be too big for us to tackle on our own power. When it is, we seek a power greater than ourselves. We pray, asking our higher power for direction and the strength to follow it. By exercising and renewing our faith on a daily basis, we tap the resources we need to live clean, full lives. There is limitless strength available to us whenever we need it. To grasp it, all we need to do is keep faith in the higher power that got us clean and keeps us clean. Just for today, faith got me clean, and faith will keep me clean. Today, I will keep faith with my higher power. I will renew my surrender and pray for knowledge and strength. Let's go ahead and take a moment of silence, followed by the wee version of the Serenity Prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Keeping faith. It's amazing to me when I think about an addict, any addict, who stops using. That initial decision, whether it was forced or not, at some point in time, there's a point where the addict makes the decision that the drug is more powerful than their self-will. And they make the decision that today I am not going to get high. I'm done with that. And it's interesting how many times an individual can actually make that same decision and not give up on at least trying. I mean, so many people I know that want to stop smoking and they keep trying to stop smoking. It's the withdrawal from that nicotine that is kicking their tail. And they'll tell you, sometimes they will say, this was way worse than my not using drugs, right? So we can make this surrender. We can activate this faith to stop using at any time. And for the majority of us, I don't want to say the majority, but a lot of us, we stay stopped. What is the difference between that initial faith that got us clean and the faith that is required to stay clean? Because I would hate to complicate this for someone that is struggling with relapsing. I don't want you to get it confused if that's you, right? I want for you to understand that that faith is a principle. That faith is actually I don't want to say concept, it's a value, it's a virtue, it's a principle. It's the ability to believe in something that you're not able to actually see with your eyes, right? Your physical eye. You may be able to envision now, right? Yourself clean, yourself staying clean. But when we talk about faith, it's almost like talking about love. You don't physically, well, you can see whether or not someone loves you sometimes by the way that they act, right? So, but you get the point, right? It's not something that I'm looking at faith sitting on my dresser, right? It's not something that's tangible in that sense. It's spiritual. And that's really why we say this is a spiritual program, right? It's spiritual. Faith is something that is spiritual. This is a principle that you can tell if you have it in your life or if you don't, because it has fruit. Faith is one of those spiritual principles that has fruit. So I can activate it for anything and at any time. And what I think is sometimes that people believe that faith equates religiosity because we're so used to saying, do you have faith in God? Right? You could have faith and not have a God. I know that sounds heavy, right? You could have faith and not have a God. But faith is something you place in something, just like love is something that you give, do, say, generally in response to others or in relationship to others. I'm a loving person, and as a result, you see loving acts. It has fruit. I am a faith filled person, and so you see me move in a spiritual dimension based on my belief that I don't necessarily have to see to believe. I see it with my mind's eye. I see it with my heart. I believe in a God of my own understanding. And I look over my track record, right? I look over my track record, my experience, in other words. Church folk would say my testimony, right? Um, to keep it simple, my prayer trophies, right? The things that I prayed about that I wanted and wished and hoped for to improve my life. I look back over those things, my faith journey, and it tells me that where I'm placing my faith is okay. It's excellent, in fact, because that faith has never failed me yet. And you can tap into faith at any time. The same faith that you needed to get clean is available to you even as I'm doing the podcast. That same faith, it comes with a surrender that your own capability, your own self-will, your own ambition, your own drive, your own purpose-driven mind is not enough to conquer what we call the disease of addiction, because we lay down with it and we wake up with it. People that have cancer, that have beaten it, they will tell you, I get tested regularly, or they should, right? It's in remission. They don't see any of it in my body right now. But anything, and we don't know exactly what, could re-trigger it. That's why I need to continue to get my blood tested so that I can see if those cells are active again. It's the same way with the disease of addiction. We need to constantly be monitoring our disease of addiction, not from the point of view that we give it power, because now we have faith that we can stay stopped, right? But we go back over our life, our 10th step daily, and make sure there isn't evidence that the disease of addiction is trying to rear its ugly head. So I would submit to a person that is saying they are struggling with the disease of addiction, or they're not able to stay stopped. They can get clean for a week or two, maybe even a month or so, but they always go back. Or maybe they're clean from the substance, but the behavior has not changed. I'm not using drugs, but I live like I am. Or people treat me like I am, right? I will submit to you that you need to go back and look at your initial stages of getting clean and analyze how close you are to that level of faith, because it took a lot of faith to do it. And then reactivate that faith. Every day we need to look at where we're at with our faith and how close we are to our higher power, and whether or not the fruit in our life is starting to look like I'm a faith-filled person, or I'm giving the disease of addiction room to grow. My name is MightyStream, and I've enjoyed talking to you today. I'm going to be talking to you tomorrow, and hopefully shortly now, I'll be able to get your other meditation, spiritual principle day meditation done for you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Please, please, please have a beautiful, 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 beautiful day on purpose. You deserve it. Talk to you soon.